Well, y'all missed me putting the berries in the sock. The camera didn't turn on or something. So I want to tell you about putting the berries in the sock. First of all, you know, when you want to use a sock that ain't clean, don't wash the sock first. I'm going to have to try something differently here. My camera keeps on shutting off when it's sitting over there in the sun. I couldn't even get me filling up the sock. What I wanted to tell you about putting your berries in your socks, back in the old days when they made really good wine, they got out there and foot stomped their wine, their grapes and stuff. And the reason why they do that wasn't just to mash them on up, but they knew the bacteria in your feet would help activate the enzymes and give them flavor. So that's why you want to use a dirty sock. If you don't want to get out there and stomp your grapes or your elderberries in this case, use a dirty sock to get that bacteria in there to activate that yeast and make a better wine. I want to add about 3.5 cups of sugar to this gallon jar. Yeah, I like to go a little bit lighter on the sugar. I don't like, unless I'm making a pancake syrup, you know, out of my wine. I don't like too much sugar. I still like a little on the sweet side, but not too sweet. And no, you ain't got to be exact. Let's face it, if you want a real wine-making video, you sure ain't going to be watching mine. Yeah, I get about a half cup in that one. That's a lot of sugar. It's still going to be a sweet wine. Next of all, I want to add a heaping teaspoon of yeast. Okay, next of all, folks, I've already heated the water on the fire, and it's at like finger temperature. It's not hot, and we're going to pour some water on in here. It's a little bit warm, but like I said, it's a little chilly out here, so that steam is more because of the temperature difference. I want to fill this up about halfway. Screw the lid on there tight for right now. And I'm just going to... Ooh, the lid's leaking a little. Get it all shook up till the yeast and the water all dissolves. Yeah, see, we still got a little sugar on the bottom there that ain't dissolved yet. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, when I get all done here, I learned this from doing it cheap, Bob, is the lid. Well, for one thing, I found out you do want to keep this, make sure your lid and everything is nice and clean. Any sugar that gets up there, it's not good. It gets sticky and stuff. So you want your jar clean on the outside, you want your lid clean, and just put your lid in loose. I learned that part of it from doing it cheap. Okay, I got that done. One more step. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry you missed out on me putting the elderberries in the sock. But I got something to tell you about that. Now, the reason why I'm putting them in the sock is for this purpose right here. Now that I got it on down in there, I can get on in here. Well, I got to go split this down smaller to fit in the jar. The reason why I use a sock is for this purpose here. Now I can get in here and I mash these berries down. And I'll do this over the next period of the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'll just keep on mashing those berries on in there and working them and all that good stuff. Now I'll be actually mashing these berries like 2 or 3 times a day initially. But I was going to tell you, the reason why I use a sock is because, you know, it keeps all everything contained, so when you rack the wine, you don't have as much stuff to worry about. But the other thing is you want to use a dirty sock. See, back in the old days, they stopped their grapes with their bare feet. And the reason why was for that bacteria to be there to activate the yeast. So make sure when you do this, you use a dirty sock. Got me, boys? Anyway, just a second, I'm going to add some more wine, or no, some more water. Now this water here is just lukewarm. Don't want to kill the yeast with hot water. I'd say that's probably about enough water. I want to leave a headroom on in there. And I will be washing this lid here really good, this rim, but not on camera. There's the start of the Elderberry Wine. I don't know if I'm going to upload it right now. Well, see, I had some other footage that's going with this, but it might just have to wait. I'm going to wait for this a couple of days. Well, folks, this is a little bit awkward here. I'm too tall for the camera, and to get this all in anyway. This is that elderberry wine I started making about 3 weeks ago, and I've been keeping behind the wood stove. And we're going to give it a try. Smells good. Now my last batch turned out kind of like, it tasted kind of like pancake syrup. Well, it had alcohol content to it, but it was a little bit sweet. This here I used, I believe, if I remember right, about 3 cups of sugar for a gallon. Let's give that a sip. See, I ain't no folks, I'm not no connoisseur of wine or nothing like that. Matter of fact, I don't drink that much wine, but you know what? Got plenty of elderberries around here. Why not? It definitely ain't sweet, and that I like. I don't like a real sweet wine. What can I say about it? It's not bad. It's not great. It tastes very similar to a sangria to me, but not so sweet. It definitely will make your putter, Peter. Actually, a couple more. Oh, shit. Anyway, folks, if the girls don't find you handsome like me, they can find you handy like me. And if they don't find you handy like me, just pray that they find you. Y'all come back now, you hear? Bye! Me and you's got a date tonight, boy.